Hey everyone, it's Jamie Slays and today I'm playing with one of my favourite amps of all time, but it's a little bit smaller than I was expecting. So today's a great day. There's a Peavey 6505 module for the Synergy amps. So Synergy is a great amp company and they make these awesome little boxes here that kind of look like computers or, floppy disk drives or NES consoles, and the front part that has these screws on it is a module that can be removed and interchanged with something else. So instead of having a big stack of 5150s, Mesas and Randalls and all that kind of stuff, you can just have one little box, or even multiple boxes, or even amps with them on the front of them, which I'll overlay here, and then you can switch them out whenever you feel like it. This is the Peavey 6505 edition. Now if you're new to the channel you won't know, but I'm a massive Peavey 6505 and 5150 fan. Even the EVH 5150 Iconics and the 5153s, they absolutely nail the tone that I love the most, which is kind of that American high gain, but not overly kind of flubby and muddy, and there's a massive amount of bite and presence in it. This little module here doesn't disappoint. It pretty much sounds exactly like a Peavey 6505. It has two channels on it, a green and a red, and the green and the red both have lead and crunch, as you can see here on the second angle. The module itself has sag, volume, channel switching, bypass, a foot switch, an XLR out on the back, and also send and return for an amp, power amp, and it's got some other things for like ground lifting and turning off the cab as well. The module itself comes with a cab built in. I'm pretty sure you can change them, but at this point I'm just turning it off and using IRs through my Mac Studio. I'm using the Josh Middleton IRs that he released a while back that he made himself, I think through a Mesa Vintage 30s. So I'm just gonna now just play because I don't want to do too much talking. I want the module to speak for itself. Don't really use clean on a Peavey amp. You might use crunch with a boost and then the lead for solos and stuff, or vice versa. You can do whatever you like, but I'm just going to show you how it sounds. I have got it going in as if it was a clean sound, so let's just hear how it sounds. This is the amp bin bypassed, as you can see with the red light. So that is essentially like an effects loop. That's no sound at all. It's just a cab that I've loaded through the computer. So now if I unbypass it, so now you know it is on. So this is the green channel on the crunch with the lowest amount of gain if you wanted it to be a clean channel. But as you can hear, it's kind of a crunch channel. It doesn't really do the clean very well, so it's not intended to. It's the crunch channel. Let's try it again. Now, when I was in a band, I always used the green channel as my riff channel with the tube screamer, and the red was pretty much only for solos. I didn't do very many solos, so I didn't use it very often. But let's try the lead section of the green channel, because it might be more up my street. Let's go with scooped mids. So this is like a scooped mid sound, but I probably wouldn't use it like this. I'd probably have the mids quite high up. Back in the day, I probably would have turned the mids down, but I was young, I was ignorant, I was naive. Now I use mids, okay? So that was all the E standard riffs. Let's just try it with the drop tuning. Drop D. So that was the crunch channel. I don't know about you, but that sounded pretty good to me, pretty high gain. I have the gain on halfway, as you can see here, and to me it sounds pretty satisfactory. Yeah, you could put a tube screamer in front of it, but for now I don't want to do that in this demo because the whole point really is showing off the actual module itself, not pedals and that kind of stuff. Not even really going in with a gate, I'm just using the actual module. So now let's try the crunch channel of the red channel. And then we'll do the same again and put it on to high gain, the lead one. Now bear in mind as well, I am using Fishman Moderns in this, so they are active pickups in my Lepsky 6-string custom. So I can possibly get away with less gain, but if you're using passive pickups, maybe not so much. Now let's try the lead one. Oh, there you go. Do you know when you make up songs while you're playing a demo and then you don't actually know if you can play it properly? Yeah, that's me. So there you have it. That was the Peavey 6505 module by Synergy Amps. Thanks again guys for sponsoring today's video and sending the amp over in advance so I can make this video in time for the release day. I bloody loved it. And thanks again to the guys at Synergy for sending the module over in advance so I can make today's video. Really appreciate it. And obviously you know that I love 6505, 5150 sounds, and you know that I love gallop riffs and down picks and chugs and all that kind of stuff, and this module did not disappoint. It absolutely delivered the tone. The cab that comes with it inside the tiny little thing is great, but as I said, I was using the Josh Middleton IR because I wanted to do kind of silo C Metallica-y sounds. What did you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Would you get yourself one? I think it's a great addition to any wall of amps or pedal board, or you know, rack mounts and that kind of stuff, because a Peavey amp is pretty big. It's like, you know, it's like this big. And this thing is like this big, it's tiny, it's like handheld. And it's so compact as well. I mean, it's like a tiny little thing. Amp heads are like massive. You don't need to have a whole hunk of junk of stuff. You don't need to put it into an effects loop of an amp. You don't have to. There are other options, like I'm using the XLR out into a Focusrite interface, but you could use a powered speaker or a power amp, you know, something like an Orange Pedal Baby, or possibly like a Seymour Duncan thingy, Power Stage, whatever they're called. So yeah, you could literally have that just going into a cab, and then that's it, that's your rig. What you heard here was pretty much what I would use on stage. You could mic it up as well, you could go directly into a PA system. But yeah, like the video if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll do more videos just like this one because then I know you love them. Comment down below, what do you think of this module? Would you get your own one? There is a link in the description below if you would like to get one as well. And if you're new to the channel and you found it from this video, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, because then you'll be notified when I post new videos just like this one. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you guys very soon.